Okay, I'm going to ask you to bear with me because there's a tremendous amount of information to share. So much that I can barely keep it organized in my head, so my apologies in advance for being all over the place. This is, in my opinion, in opinion of many, the most important product launch in the history of 5 Links. Probably the history of MLM. And it's ours. Now, it's hard to even know where to start, even with the slides. So, we're just going to go at it. For many months, we've been working closely with a world-renowned doctor, Dr. Hongxiang. The results have been amazing. The information is overwhelming. I can barely absorb it all. But we're now launching, today we're launching a truly revolutionary and potentially life-saving product. It's so important. It's incredibly awe-inspiring. And we're going to share some preliminary, well, not preliminary, they're not preliminary results, but we're going to share some real-time results that some of our partners have provided us in the few trials that we've done leading up to this event. That said, Dr. Hoy has been studying obesity and diabetes. That's been his focus and his specialty for 30 years. And, you know, this is not just something that's not well designed and thought out. But before we get into that, let's get a little education going. So, there's different types of diabetes. There's diabetes 1, which is often called, or type 1 diabetes, which is often called juvenile diabetes. The immune system, which is the body's systems for fighting infection, attacks and destroys insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas. Scientists think type 1 diabetes is caused by genes or environmental factors such as viruses that trigger this disease. Okay. Although CaptaVida might benefit those with type 1 diabetes, that's not its focus, and that's not really what the target audience we're addressing here today. We're really addressing pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. The distinction being type 2 diabetes occurs when the body does not respond to insulin properly. This is called insulin resistance. We're going to get into why and what causes that. Initially, the pancreas makes extra insulin to make up for what it over time, but cannot produce enough insulin to keep blood glucose at normal levels. Now, insulin is the key that allows the body to absorb glucose, aka sugar, into the cells and to fuel the cells, muscle cells in particular. The best indicator of pre-diabetes: not feeling full or satisfied after meals, feeling like you've had too little, you have a little something sweet. It's craving for sweets. Why is that an indicator? Because in the cells with insulin resistance, the fuel source sugar is blocked. The sugar is not getting into the cells. It's blocked, so the body craves more sugar even though there's a high glucose level in the bloodstream. So the cell thinks it's starving for fuel and other nutrients and sends a signal to the pancreas to make more insulin. Okay? Hoping for a key, the insulin, to unlock the cell. Those with insulin resistance have 5 to 7 times more insulin in their bodies than those without. Plus, excess insulin is stored, guess where? Belly fat. There's where the obesity comes in. So, symptoms of insulin resistance: you need a nap after eating, you crave sugar and carbs, excessive urination, brain fog, and inflammation. You know, it's important to understand that it could take 10 years of insulin resistance to show up in a blood test. 10 years. But when it does, not good. So, before I give you any more specifics and share some just amazing details, I'm going to give you some background on Dr. Hoy. Dr. Hoy's resume is endless. I have a copy of an abbreviated version. It's only 20 pages long. I'm going to read the whole thing to you today. But no, seriously. Here are just a few notable highlights. Dr. Hui has an MD and PhD in molecular biology from the 4th Military Medical University in China and is a highly respected expert on metabolic diseases, oncology, and wellness. He is the principal scientist at UCLA and Veterans Affairs Medical Center. Dr. Hui is a director and professor of the International Metabolic Medicine Center at the China Southern Medical University. Prior to joining the UCLA faculty in 2002, Dr. Hui was a postgraduate at UCLA and the University of Texas, Austin, as well as an associate professor in China. Dr. Hui's credentials are beyond impressive. He is the associate editor of Pancreas and the Frontiers of Gastrointestinal Science, the executive chairman of the Scientific Advisory Board of the Pan-Pacific Asian Precision Medicine Forum, an active consultant for government and industry in medical and biotechnical areas, a member of the Guangdong, I had to learn new words since we got into this, Guangdong FDA Advisory Committee, the chief science officer for a publicly traded Hong Kong company, and the director of the American Real Young Institute in Advanced Medicine. He has worldwide acclaim as a celebrated speaker, and his credentials include international consultancies in biotechnology and healthcare management. He has co-authored 150 scientific publications in 6 books. He holds countless patents and has been the recipient of numerous grants. For over 28 years, Dr. Hui's focus has been specifically on metabolic diseases, biotechnology, herbal medicine, and the development of over-the-counter nutraceutical products that support health and wellness, specifically diabetes and obesity. I think now would be a good time. Can we roll that audio clip?
Hello, Nelson and 5 linked family members. I'm Dr. Hongxiang, a scientist and a professor of diabetes and metabolic diseases in both US and China University. In past 30 years, I have published 115 papers, 6 books, and issued 13 patents on this field. As you know, diabetes and obesity are both epidemics. Fortunately, my position as a recognized world leader on this topic has afforded me the opportunity to research, testing, and develop new products. The new blood cap diabetes and weight control formulation is the direct result of my lifetime work. I'm so excited to be here with you for the launch of CaptaVida Control and Weight Management. I know that if any organization has the ability to spread the word quickly and make a real difference, it's 5 links. By dramatically help with sugar control and body weight, this product has a power to change the life of millions of people suffering from diabetes and obesity. I cannot wait to be here. The results each of you experience with these new products, whether from your own personal use or by share with friends and family members who need it. Together, we are going to help tens of thousands of people live healthier, happier, and a longer life. Thank you all so much for your dedication and enthusiasm.
Well, I have news that we're going to deliver to Dr. Hui loud and clear. We're not going to help tens of thousands of people. We're going to help millions of people. Partners, it saddens me to share with you that what you already know, diabetes has been and remains one of the most devastating diseases on our planet. In the United States alone, it's estimated that 29.1 million people have type 2 diabetes, and another 86 million people are pre-diabetic. Sanjay Gupta came out recently, and his estimates were that 50% of the people in this country, adults in this country, will be pre-diabetic by 2020. Other studies, CDC, shows that 1 in 3 people will be, I think it was type 2 diabetes by 2050. It's all about sugar. It's all about nutrition. It's all about the garbage that we put in our bodies and labeled as sports drinks and sodas and the rest of this that are just loaded with sugar. And we need to do something about it. Today, partners, 5 Links joins the battle against diabetes and obesity. We are privileged and should feel privileged and honored to partner with Dr. Hoy. We're going to join him in his lifelong quest to use all natural herbal alternatives in lieu of often harmful pharmaceuticals. Today, we proudly announce the introduction of our new revolutionary Glucose Support Plus weight management formula. Its name, CaptaVida Glucose Support Plus. Why CaptaVida? Because CaptaVida translates to capture life. And that's what 5 Links is here to do. The plus, it signifies that the formula not only helps control glucose levels, but it also helps weight management, AKA fight obesity. The delivery mechanism, what else? Blast caps! The flavor, a pleasant apple cinnamon. Now, Dr. Hoy's own trials, and there have been many, have shown this formulation to be 87% effective. We're going to share results, our own results with you later in this presentation. Oh, and most participants lose 5 pounds in the first week alone. I'm going to give you a quote from a text. I post this on my Facebook page. You can see the actual image of the text that one of the pre-5 Links trials, local in South Florida, one of the participants texted. He said, I met with you 1 week ago. I've been taking the compound this week. Wanted you to know fasting blood sugar levels were 305 last week. This morning, 171. Wanted to see if I can get more, willing to pay or whatever. Thanks again. Now, I would love to keep everything upbeat and pumped up and rah-rah, but you know, when I started posting on Facebook and asking people about their experiences with diabetes, I had no idea what I was opening up. So just so we understand the magnitude of what we're dealing with here, would everyone in this room that has personally or has a family member been affected in an adverse way with diabetes and glucose levels, please stand up. There's way more people standing than sitting. I want you to understand the magnitude. I know you do. I didn't. I'm sure many of you do. Don't get me wrong. I did not understand the magnitude of what we're talking about here. Thank you. I appreciate it. The posts on that Facebook chain, I mean, some of them had my eyes welling in tears, dealing not just with death, blindness, amputation, disease, and it all has one common denominator: glucose levels in the blood. So we're on a mission here. Our legacy is not only going to be to build a legacy for ourselves and our families, our legacy is going to include helping millions of people live a healthier quality life. And God willing, we could save a lot of lives along the way. That's a legacy to be proud of. Don't you agree? Now, I'm just going to give you a quick review of what the mad scientist, Mikkel Anderson, did in Savannah when he talked about blast cap technology. And by the way, the glucose support formula, Glucose Support Plus, is the first of several introductions into the CaptaVida line. But the reason we decided to launch it alone is because it's so singularly important, we didn't want to cause any confusion or distractions. But getting back to what we heard before, most sodas, most sports drinks, they have empty calories, they have dead nutrition. If you remember the number of sugar packs in a single can of Coca-Cola, when it says 27 grams, it means 27 packets of sugar in a can. That's insane. Would anybody in this room open up 27 packs of sugar, put it in a bowl, take a spoon, and eat it? Then why would you drink it? You with me? When you take these fruit juices, sports drinks, and when they fill them in the plants, they take them to 194 degrees, which kills every active nutrient in the mix. That really is the beauty of the blast cap technology, because when the formula is released into the water, it's all there. You know, there's a company out there selling collagen water. Doesn't matter who it is. I got news for that company. When the collagen hits the water, it has a 20-minute life. 20 minutes. When you get it 20 days later, you're just drinking water. Expensive water. Maybe feel-good water. Might make you feel good, but it's not doing you any good. And then there's always the environmental factor of, I mean, we all know how many plastic bottles this world generates. It's obscene. So, not only do we have hydration, we have glucose control, we promote weight loss. There's no sugar, no preservatives, no gluten, no dairy, and it's non-GMO. Just health, just eco-friendly kits. You've seen this on my Facebook page, but you know, how can you ignore it? The 11 states with the highest percentage of diabetes are in the Southeast. It doesn't matter, by the way, whether it's 4% or 8% or 12% or 15% or 16%, it's a problem, and it affects overall roughly 11%, 9 to 11% of everyone in this country. And by the way, it may be more prevalent in the African American community, but it's everywhere. I've already said these quotes, but just a reminder, this is information I pulled off the CDC website. That's their chart, reconfigured to fit on our screen. But the biggest issue is that diabetics are the highest risk for serious health complications: blindness, kidney failure, heart disease, stroke, loss of toes, feet, and legs. We must aggressively, violently help people in this battle. CaptaVida Glucose Support, I've given you the background on this gentleman. He's world class. This is, and by the way, when this opportunity, when this formula was presented to me, or I discovered it, I did my research on this man to make sure this wasn't some, basement scientist without credentials. This man's credentials are flawless. And if they weren't, he wouldn't be our partner. Speaking of partners, we've confirmed that Juwan Howard's in the air, and I'm using FlightAware to track him. I had enough of that. Third time's a charm. He's on the way. This is just one of many articles that I pulled up on ResearchGate. That's the front of it. Here's an excerpt on it. Basically, you know, Dr. Hoy's mission is not only a war against glucose and diabetes and obesity, but against Big Pharma. This is his mission. We're joining him in this mission, in his war against glucose, diabetes, obesity, and Big Pharma. Now, the glucose support plus formula can delay the breakdown of carbohydrates into simple sugars. This is critically important to its effectiveness and why it's effective. It promotes healthy waste management with antioxidants to flush out the digestive system. Improve the way the metabolic and digestive systems process carbohydrates and sugars to help fight obesity. Lowers insulin resistance, boosts energy, reduces stress, regulates blood sugar levels, lowers fasting blood glucose, helps with healthy, sorry, told you there's a lot of information. Helps with healthy weight loss, benefits for fat control and weight gain. Now, none of these statements have been evaluated or approved by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any diseases. Do you really want me to say that on every slide? Can we just say I covered it? We good with that? Cool. Benefits. Normalizes blood sugar levels. Improve the way the body produces and processes insulin. Yes, it improves the way the body produces and processes insulin. And that sounds very good for a type 1 diabetic, but it's probably not good enough. It's a different situation. But it's very effective for pre-diabetics and type 2 diabetics. Helps create healthy weight management. It's a hydration boost. It's all natural, and it's non-GMO, gluten-free, non-dairy. And the kit, everybody knows why we chose this color green now, right? Because this is the color green you want to see on your glucose meter. You didn't know that, did you? You knew that. So in this kit, there's a 12-ounce bottle. Let's check it out. There's a bag with 29 blast caps. There's a 12-ounce bottle. For somebody who's type 2 diabetic, it's basically a 15-day supply. The way it's to be consumed is half an hour after the first 2 meals of the day. If you're going to measure, you should measure in the morning, after lunch, after dinner, and before going to bed. Cool? Say yes. Thank you. Initially, because, let me explain how violently we've acted here. These kits weren't even built. We had the bottles shipped here. We had the bags shipped here. We had the boxes shipped here, and we've been assembling them in the back. 300 yesterday and today, 300 the day before that. We were hoping to have 1,000 here. We could get 600 here. That's all we could do. But it's better than nothing. Every time I come up, I break one of these things. Oh, where do we go? I got more than this. Now, I could read all this to you. I can't pronounce half the words. But, this is the way Western medicine deals with glucose production and absorption and insulin secretion and fericles and whatever. And, if you want to read this stuff, I'll make it available to you. Here's the way the Chinese medicine, Far East medicine approaches the same thing without the big pharma component. Now, this is I'm going to start insulin secretion and pancreatic B cell.
Hold on. Nelson.
Hey, man, don't interrupt me.
Nelson,
seriously?
I know you're the boss, but I'm the big boss, Nelson.
Come on.
And nobody in here wants to look at another slide on Western medicine.
Come on, man.
I got half my folks in the back
Who wants
asleep.
me to read the rest of this stuff? Come on, put your hands up. You want me to go?
Anybody just want to hear the simplified version of how this works? Nelson, if you don't mind, I mean no disrespect. But the one thing that makes 5 links work is that it's simple and everybody can do it. So
I think we need to overthink this and overanalyze it.
I think we've done quite enough of that.
Look, if I've proven anything since I've come in this company is I can overthink and overanalyze anything.
We get that. So can I borrow your clicker? I finally got it from him, y'all. I knew it would work, right? Guys, I wanted to borrow this because Nelson is doing, first let's give it back up to Nelson Gerard. We appreciate the effort that you're putting in and the team back then. It's not just Nelson, it's the whole team that's putting back there to bring us. Get up for the whole 5 link staff, right? But I gotta make this simple because it'll miss people. The key right now, while you're here, while you got your phones out, go on Facebook Live, it's fine. Put it on Instagram Live. Snapchat if you're not, if you're under 30, you got Snapchat. Where my Snapchatters? There we go, you can snap it, let's go. Nelson, I'll tell you about Snapchat later, all right?
How about this? How about this? How about this? I'll whisper in your ear and you simplify it.
No, listen, let me show them really quick why this is important. In the normal process, and I don't even know what's on this slide. Show the slide again. Can we get to the slide? Listen, if you thought that they were going to read that.
I can't read that.
Exactly. Or that. How about this? I'll get on this one, all right? Real simple, guys. Here's the simple process. When you eat, everybody eats. Yes, yeah. Raise your hand if you've eaten today. All right, your body, what it's going to do, it's going to take your food and it's going to break down into 3 things. The 3 things are this: fat, right? Protein, and carbs. We've all heard of those, right? But in a normal process, what's going to happen is those 3 things are going to convert into simple sugars, or we call it glucose. Is that okay? Everybody got glucose, right? Glucose is then going to go into your cells. That's when you get the nutrients. That's when you get the energy. That's when you get the good things that your body needs. Are we with? Everybody got this so far? We don't need the Chinese doctor to explain that part, right? And I'm sure he's a good doctor. We'll meet him eventually. But right now, I got you. Is that okay? But what's going to happen next is now that those cells are getting the nutrients that they need, you're going to live healthier. You're going to be doing much better, right? But here's the problem with pre-diabetic, type 2 diabetic, right? Is that there is a traffic jam. Let me show you this. All right? There is a traffic jam with the glucose trying to get into the cell. Who's been in traffic lately? I know, where's Linda Scott Reed? She said she was in traffic getting here, right? Right, there she is. Linda, you were in traffic, right? 5 hours in traffic. Well, what's happening is that when the glucose starts to build up, it becomes a traffic jam trying to get into the cell. And now the cell can't get what it needs. So now you start getting fatigued. I'm gonna hit it home for anybody else. Check this out. This hit me in the meeting. Anybody in the room, after you eat, you get sleepy. Stick with me. Anybody in the room, make some noise if after you eat a meal, you want a little something sweet. It's not just me. Oh, thank God it's not just me. And there's some other things like excessive urination and things like that, but those 2 are signs that you may be pre-diabetic or you already have type 2 diabetes. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't need a Chinese doctor to tell me this. This is serious. So what we have is we have a process where with our product, with the CaptaVida, everybody say CaptaVida, it's going to regulate, it's going to slow down the process where the glucose is, the carbs are converting into glucose. Are you with me? That means that if it's like having a traffic cop there that's regulating traffic to make sure the traffic is flowing smoothly into the cell, which means that now we're going to be getting the nutrients that we need if we weren't getting it on our own with our own diet and nutrition. But listen, my mama said I was going to be a doctor. I just want to get paid like one. Is that all right? But check this out. Here's where it's important because a lot of us miss this. He said it, but he didn't really emphasize it. And I don't even need the slideshow for this. Here's what he said that I really got this. When your body slows down the conversion from carbs into glucose, from fats into glucose, from proteins into glucose, what really happens is that your body starts to regulate and you'll eventually start to lose weight. Do you know this is called CaptaVida Plus? The plus is weight management. Now, I am sure that we have a few thousand people in the room right now that really want to go home and explain CaptaVida to all their friends. But everybody in the room, Nelson, can explain weight loss to their friends. Anybody here, you got a few pounds you wouldn't mind losing? How about 5 pounds? Keep your hands up if you got 5 pounds you wouldn't mind losing. And how about if those 5 pounds, he said a week, right? Nelson, you said about 5 pounds a week, typical, right? Is what's been happening, right? He's not quoting it, but it's what's been happening so far, right? But what if you could lose those 5 pounds in about 5 days? Woo! So let me just simplify this. We're all in 5 links, right? And we got 5 pounds we want to lose, right? And we want to do it in 5 days, right? Hey, that's not a bad idea, right? 5 links, 5 pounds, 5 days. Hey, 5 links, 5 pounds, 5 days. Hey, come on, one more time. 5 links.
5 links.
5 pounds.
5 pounds.
5 days.
5 days.
Hey, everybody over here. 5 links.
5 links.
5 pounds.
5 pounds.
5 days. Hey, and look, we're going to take this CaptaVida to the next level. Nelson, good luck with the rest of your presentation.
I need something sweet. So, 5 links, 5 pounds, 5 days, 5 links, 5 pounds, 5 days.
Nelson, hold on. We got to get it right, Nelson. I'm going to teach you some rhythm, too. We're going to get it all together. 5 links, 5 pounds, 5 days. Hey, 5 links, 5 pounds, 5 days. Hey, get it up on your feet real quick. 5 links, 5 pounds, 5 days. Hey, listen, we're going to take this thing to the next level. I want to make sure they hear your words clear. Our goal as leaders is to make sure that we serve as that intermediary between corporate and the rest of the field who are trying to earn things for their family and try to make things happen for their health. And I want to make sure the message is really across clear. So we appreciate you, but we get it now. We get it now? One more time.
Wait a minute. I got this.
Come on now. Let me see what you got.
5 links.
5 links.
5 pounds.
5 pounds.
5 days.
5 days.
Hey! Sit down. All right, I'm going to ask some friends. To join me. Where are my friends? Where are my partners? Bobby Watkins, Don Singleton, Sherman. Come on up, friend. Come on up, partners. Thank you. I'm gonna save you for last, Angus. God bless you. All right. Can we turn the podium mic on, please? These gentlemen participated in the trials that we did internally. We only sent 5 packages out. And they have reported back to us with some results. So if you gentlemen don't mind, please share. I don't know if this is the latest, Bobby, but you give some background.
I have another one as well. So this is my mom. She's 50 years old, and she has been diagnosed with diabetes for about 15 years now. And so she started the trials last Saturday, and as you guys see, she started at 238 on day 1. And so it's leveled out to about 125 each day at the end of the day. Started out at 185 pounds and has lost 3 pounds in 6 days. And her waist measurement was at 44. It is now at 42.8. They say men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie.
Sherman, would you mind sharing?
Good morning, everyone. First, I want to take the opportunity to thank Nelson for the opportunity just to address you and also for your bringing this to us. You made some people very happy. Not only me, but my wife. And raise your hand. All right, I'm a type 2 diabetic. I was diagnosed, in my early mid-50s. I'm 70 years old right now. I've been living with diabetes for about 15 or so years, and this product is amazing. It has given me such significant drops in my insulin and my glucose readings. It's amazing. I'm a sugar addict. I admit that. That's one of my faults, okay? I'll get up at 2 or 3 in the morning, I'll go get something sweet to eat, drink, whatever, and then go back to bed. And my wife has been staying on me for not following protocol like I should. But this product has helped me to follow protocol because you have to do what it says in order for it to work, right? If you don't do what it says, it's not going to work for you. So that's changed my whole lifestyle is the way I eat, because sometimes I don't even eat the breakfast I should. This requires you to eat breakfast, it requires you to eat lunch, eat dinner, take the glucose. By the way, I can't wait to get some more because I've used all mine up from the sample.
We have a customer.
What I found out was that these numbers stabilized much better the last 3 days of the study. Okay, I was kind of up and down, if you can see my numbers at first, but then they began to stabilize there, and that's really awesome. Those numbers are high, but they are good for me because I was up to 2 and sometimes 300. You see 300 there on day 4, but look at the results the next morning, 69. So it did drop a lot. That's why I needed to continue to eat. But if you follow the protocol and you do what it says, it will work for you. I don't know exactly how many pounds I lost because I didn't have a scale here. I was still doing this on the day we arrived. But I know I lost 1.5 inches or maybe 2 in my waist already, okay? And this is great for me, Nelson, because 2 years ago, I don't know how much time I have, but let me say this real quick. I was in the hospital. They said, you got a gallbladder problem. I said, oh, my God, okay, let's take care of it. But then they said, well, you got something else wrong. I was in the hospital 16 days. They said you had pancreatitis, which could be fatal. So my pancreas wasn't working like it should to help my body. But I came out of that, thank God, praise God, and now this product is going to make me even healthier. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
What's up, Five Links? Oh, this is our legacy now. Come on. Come on. My name is Donald Singleton from the Pacific Northwest. I am so excited to be here, giving honor to my Lord and Savior, to you, my brothers and sisters in Christ. God is good. And all the time. See, I want to tell you something. I've been lying to people. I told them that I weighed about 290. I've been lying to them. And you know something else? I told them that my waist was 42. But there's something you got to understand about me. If I had pushed my pants down any further, yeah, they'd be around my knees. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. I get on the scale. Do everybody know that a scale has like blinking eyes and stuff? Well, let me tell you, when you get on the scale and it goes all the way around past 0, yeah, the eyes shut. And see, but mine kept on going. And what happened is it went around to 320. All this muscle went 320. That's what happened to me. So I was lying to myself. But don't tell Peggy, okay? Keep that to yourself. My blood sugar was between 170, 187, and 200. Wasn't good. And when I look at my blood pressure, see, they didn't tell me it's going to do something for my blood pressure. My blood pressure was 157 over 102. My chest, that 54-inch chest I've been telling everybody I had, it was 48. My stomach, my six-pack, it's a 50. And my hips are a 50. So I started this. And I got excited about it. So I made a decision not to eat sweets after 6. And I decided I'm going to do some walking. In 8 days, today is my 9th day, in 8 days, I weighed 297 pounds. When I sent in the report, I told them that my blood sugar was 136. This morning, it was 124. My blood pressure was 145 over 92. Something's changed. I don't know about you. I don't know about you.
Hey, there's always a running account balance.
But you know, I don't want you to take this lightly. You know, just taking this product is going to change your life. But if you just add just a little to it, I mean, you just get excited about what you got your hands on, you're going to change some people's lives. I can't wait to tell people because I couldn't tell them before. I'm going to tell them now. You know, we're going to change people's lives, one person at a time. The question is, how about you? How about you? God bless.
Thank you, Don. You're amazing. Thank you. Pleasure. Thank you, guys. Hey, going down this way. Going down this way. Thanks so much. Was that amazing? Let's give it up to our partners. Just great stuff. I mean, honestly, 23 pounds in 8 days. Look, he exercises, he cut down the sweets. You know, there's no miracle cure. You can take a pill and eat all you want. That doesn't happen. But the commitment to this will make people healthy.